The hearing of the maritime case between Somalia and Kenya entered its second day at the International Court of Justice in The Hague, with Somalia maintaining that Kenya did not show genuine commitment to try to seek an amicable solution to the matter. Leila Mohammed has been speaking to maritime experts on Kenya's position and what the future looks like for the two neighboring countries.
Somalia continues its oral arguments in the absence of Kenya. However, according to legal experts, the written submissions presented before the court by the Kenyan teams will hopefully be enough to present a solid case on behalf of Kenya.
Kenya's arguments will be considered in the final judgment, which means that it will not be at a disadvantage. Of course, the disadvantage is that Kenya is not there to canvass the case.
In its counter-memorial and its rejoinder, Kenya said practically
shortly before the opening of the oral proceedings yesterday, the registry received a letter from the co-agent of Kenya, to which Somalia responded late last night. Those letters, taken together, present the possibility that these oral proceedings will continue beyond today. As a result, while the court had originally expected to read its final submissions today on the basis that this would be its last session, and the court has decided instead that the reading of Somalia's final submissions will be deferred to a later date.
Somalia, through its lawyers, has argued that Kenya's claim that it has secured the contested region since the late 70s, without the objection of its neighbor, does not hold any water.
Kenya has argued, for instance, that since 1979, it has been exercising jurisdiction over this territory. It has been conducting naval patrols, interceptions and all that. Then they look at all this and come up with a determination that best suits the circumstances.
Lawyers agree with diplomacy experts that while dialogue should have been the better option, Kenya finds itself in a position where it needs to defend itself well and fight for its sovereign rights.
In 2009, what the parties had agreed, the MOU, which is the court recognized is a valid treaty under international law. So it gave an opportunity to both countries to agree to delimit their maritime boundary by agreement, which did not happen. So in this case, it means that the two countries had already accepted that there is something, a question that is unresolved between them.
Lawyers also say that the assumption that if Somalia wins the case, it will affect the rest of the countries down the line does not suffice.
It is one of Kenya's strongest arguments to say, look, for us, we took into account all the other factors with Tanzania, and we resolved that this is how the boundary is going to run. So if you draw a line that would be kind of perpendicular and in regard to the straight line, land boundary, then that would limit Kenya's access to these kind of zones.
Leila Mohammed, NTV.